Perhaps your intruder was an angry husband.
I think you'll like Ernest.
Yeah, you say that about all your ex-beaux.
He is not an ex-beau.
You say that about all your ex-beaux.
He is a friend of the family. I think that he could help us with our cause if he wrote about your trip to Washington. His publisher is a very important Democrat.
I'm a very important Democrat. I am, soon to be even more important.
Yeah.
You make a lovely first lady, Libby.
I wish that I could see as bright a future as you do, Artie.
The scoundrels in the War Department got you afraid, do they?
It's just we're fighting on a very different battlefield this time.
But the key is to make the enemy fight your fight, and the field of battle doesn't change that. You'll see. When Congress learns that our War Department is endangering the lives of its own troops, then... Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ernest? Hi. I didn't expect to see you until we got to the fort.
Well, modern transportation, you know. Oh, Libby, the last time I saw you, well...
Ernest.
You look beautiful.
I'm not sure about this.
It works.
Land locomotive. Professor?
Audie, this is Ernest Pratt, the one I've been telling you about?
That was some time ago, yes. And you're killing Indians.
Yes. Allow me to show you. Chain drive steering, fore and aft communications, pneumatic...
Ah, the famous author, Ernest Pratt. I enjoy the legend books, sir. I read in the Post newspaper about your reunion with Mrs. Custer.
Seems quite interesting at the moment. Do you mind telling me what you just dragged me into?
Oh, it's nothing for you to worry about.
I would like Ernest and his friends to join us for supper. I think they should see the problem themselves. This is some of the best corn-fed beef I've had since we left Michigan.
Our rations suddenly got a lot better.
Hope the casing?
Except as a club, this rifle's useless.
There should be a brass casing. The War Department should know better.
They know.
Yes, I understand.
Loudest piece of evidence. General, that committee is going to want hard evidence, and except for cheap ammo, you don't seem to have any.
Now. Is this the journal?
Take your pick.
I've been advised and consulted my entire career, but...
No more than you'd be believing yours if you went to Washington armed with hearsay and your wonderful charisma. An editorial choice, General.
Ernest, take me for a walk.
Well, tell me more about your research, Professor.
He's not an easy man to like, Libby.
I know. Can you understand that he might be an easier man to love? He writes me every day. These long, wonderful love letters. No matter where he is. Even if it's the night before a battle. It's more than that. You know, he's larger than life. He truly believes he's invulnerable, you know?
That kind of belief can get you into some serious trouble.
It's never failed him. Sometimes I think it's that belief in himself that leads him to victory every time.
Rampaging Comanches in the Badlands is one thing, but Republicans? In my reporter days, I saw enough Washington politics to last a lifetime.
It's a noble cause, Ernest. These men are risking their careers because they believe in Audie.
They won't just take his word, Lib, no matter how many medals he shines at them.
Well, that's the real reason that I asked you to meet us.
So this isn't just a reunion.
I know it's awful to exploit an old friendship. But if there's any of the reporter spirit left in your soul, I'd be forever grateful. I really fear for him this time. Thank you.
The kind of hard evidence you're going to need to make your case in Washington.
How did you get it? It was easy to assume.
We can transcribe the entire conversation.
Everybody! Air Conservancy mask!
Where there were any hospitals in the area.
Well, there weren't. Maybe they converted.
All Indians are hostile, gentlemen. Present company excluded, of course. Ramos?
This appears to be a Cheyenne arrow. Wouldn't you agree, General? At last report, the nearest Cheyenne raiding parties were in Dakota territory, hundreds of miles north.
In my room.
Perhaps they just fell out.
No. My mother assembled this book. Nothing would just fall out, trust me.
Funny. This man doesn't sound funny.
Aptly executed that I wrote the whole thing for humor. Sometime later, he lost an eye in a barroom brawl. Wore a patch in those days. Evidently, he's garnered a taste for gold.
You can't remember his name?
Boo. Bad year for me. February, March, I don't recall at all. I was working for the Examiner at the time, living at the Alhambra with a cultivated woman from Baltimore, name of Elvira. She had a little tattoo on the inside of her right. Of course, that's another story altogether.
Apparently not all details fade with time.
The article has been pressing against the opposite page for many years now. And with a little examination and a little hocus pocus.
Thank you. Good.
If you and Mrs. Custer are contemplating retirement, I'd like to show you our new Riverview Deluxe home site.
Thank you. You should get Legend a theme song, my boy. Works well for me. Armed with the knowledge that our cause is just, who has proven himself.
That's his way of saying thank you. This is mine. Is there a problem?
Apparently there is.